Hi, I'm Hayley from Parallel Coaching, and in today's video we're going to explore your survival guide so you can pass your anatomy exam with confidence first time. Now the idea today is that I'm going to share 6 different tips with you. Each of these are going to help set up your survival guide so that you can be really confident in passing your anatomy exam, whether that's for your level 3 personal trainer exam, whether it's for your level 2 fitness exam. It doesn't matter what exam you're preparing for, the process of creating your survival guide is the same. And the biggest problem that we find with most FITPROs when they're starting out in their revision is that they get stuck and they don't really know where to get started, and then they panic over the content that's sort of as part of their revision. So instead, this survival guide will help eliminate all that overwhelm and help you feel much more confident heading into that exam. So the very first point is that if you do have the option, you need to start early and you need to create yourself a revision schedule. A revision schedule will help you space out all of the different parts of your revision that you do need to do, and it will mean that you're able to start early enough to get rid of that panic and overwhelm when you realise about all the things you need to fit in before the exam. So if you can start early, that's number 1. Number 2 is to break down the content. Now this is so that rather than feeling like you've got to go through the entire content of your exam and of your revision in one blast, or that it's one continual paragraph, you've actually chunked it into spaces or into pieces within the exam. And this helps you structure inside your revision schedule, which was point number 1, but it also means that you get clear starts and stops, much like a chapter in a book. And this can really help you with your revision and help you feel like you can master one area at a time. So for example, in the level 3 anatomy and physiology, there are 6 modules. Those 6 modules include cardiovascular, musculoskeletal, nervous, endocrine, energy, and digestive systems. So they're perfect little chapters that you can focus on one thing at a time. So second option is to make sure that you're breaking down that content. Third point is to use memory aids. Now this can be really helpful, and a lot of people try and read a paragraph and then try and commit that paragraph to memory like rote. So they're trying to remember every single word in that paragraph. But the problem with this is that that's very hard to remember, but it also makes it really difficult to be able to recall in an exam and apply to the question that you get given in your exam. Instead, use things like acronyms or mnemonics or stories that will then help you relate that content to actually something that you know and do. So from a fitness point of view, if you can relate your anatomy revision, let's just say of the cardiovascular system, to something that you're doing in training or in cardiovascular training, it's going to make more sense to you. And then as a result, you'll be able to recall it in your exam, and you'll be able to apply it to the questions. So as the questions are something, you can untangle them and apply your knowledge to the question itself. That's going to be a real key to helping you feel prepared for the exam without feeling like you're trying to memorize every single sentence inside a manual. Tip number 4 is to use past papers and mock exams. Now this is really beneficial when done correctly. The bad way to do this, or the less helpful way of doing it, is to memorize every single question that you come across and memorize the answer, because I guarantee that question is not going to come up in the exam. The best way to use past papers and mock exams is to actually use it to practice. Practice breaking down the questions, practice how you answer the question, practice how you read the question, and then use it to identify your strengths and your weaknesses. Now this is going to be really key, because then you can go back over your revision and you can focus on those weaker areas to make sure that you've covered all the content you need to in preparation for your exam. Tip number 5 is to make sure you get help. Now most people, when they struggle, dive deeper into their own little rabbit hole. They kind of dive deeper into overwhelm, deeper into panic, and they don't actually get any help. Now, if you can get help, and we're here to help as well, but if you can get help, it's going to help unpick all of those overwhelms and problems, and someone will be able to just highlight that 1 or 2 key areas that will help you get unstuck. So if you are struggling, or even if you predict the fact that you might be struggling in the future, then get help to be able to master your exam in preparation for it. And then tip number 6 is really important. This is to prioritize your own self-care. And this often doesn't happen in a revision scenario. Now, the reason for this is that we end up diving deeper into, I just need to complete it, or I just need to learn it, or I just need to remember it. And we think more and more about the exam and less about where we are right now. And as a result, we skimp on our training, we skimp on eating properly, we skimp on sleeping properly or drinking enough water. And all these things are the stuff that actually help our memory, they help our recall, and they help us be able to give to our exam a little bit more. So you have to kind of fill up your own cup first before that overflow can be used to help you with your own revision. So don't skimp on your own self-care, and that's going to be a real key point to be able to help you prepare for your exam. So use all 6 of these tips to help prepare you for your exam and your anatomy exam coming up, and this will be your survival guide. If you need extra help alongside this for your anatomy and physiology exam, then please do check out the link that is alongside this video. This will take you to our revision boot camps. So not only do we break down the content for you, so you don't have to, not only do we give you the acronyms, the stories, the mnemonics to be able to help you recall and remember it, but we also give you support and help you understand exactly how you can space out your studies so it does make sense to you and you can pass with confidence first time. That brings me to the end of today's video. I would love to hear your thoughts on it, so please do drop a comment below and let me know what your big takeaway has been from today's survival guide. I will see you on the next video. Take care.